Alrighty, pop out chat, and welcome back. So I did take a look at Grim tools, and I came to a revelation. Was that the one Ritualist build that I looked up really spoke at lengths about, well, not really spoke at lengths, but, you know, spoke a great deal about Devouring Swarm and why you want to use it. And I was looking up skills that reduce vitality resistance, which means it's going to reduce the enemy's resistance to vitality damage, okay? And there's only a couple skills that really do it that I'm really interested in. Apparently, Grasping Earth is one of them. Vitality. So this one just does vitality damage, but this right here, Spectral Wrath, which is like the upgrade for Spectral Binding, has it right here. Vitality resistance. Specters empowering you lash out at anything that dare strike you, cursing you with a debilitating spell from beyond the grave. So from what I've understood is basically it's an aura. Like, it's not really an aura. This is like a buff that you get for yourself. It's just... Yes, okay, so it's just a buff for yourself. It's a toggled buff, and then this is the upgrade, and then I think it creates an actual, like, aura, but this is just the aura part of it, and it's like a debuffing aura. So the problem that I have with this is that this only goes up to 10, and we'd have to pump the one skill point into Spectral Binding just to unlock it, so it essentially cost me 11 to do this, whereas Devouring Swarm could be potentially used as a spammable skill. It does damage, and it has a 3-second duration, but it has... I think it debuffs them, right? The minus 10% vitality resistance and bleed resistance. It has to, but does it actually stick around for 3 seconds, or does my Devouring Swarm only stick around for 3 seconds? So what I was thinking about doing, instead of doing Grasping Earth, or excuse me, Grasping Vines with Entangling Vines, is that I instead went Devouring Swarm and used this skill in conjunction with Ill Omen, because I don't really necessarily need to keep Ill Omen plus Grasping Vines as being like a CC, as being crowd control. I mean, they both work. It's nice to have a backup spell, but you know, I could just go with Ill Omen plus Devouring Swarm. And the good part about this is most of our damage is going to be vitality damage. And that's including damage from our pets, by the way. So if this reduces vitality resistance, that's something that we're going to want, because that's going to make all of the damage outputs that we have more efficient. I think we just used the straight up waypoint here, I think, anyways, because according to the map, anyways, we the last time we used a town portal rift thingy was back in that cavern. So this is all like new territory now. I guess instead of having this awkward square, we're gonna what is this? Flooded passage entrance, securing Burwitch. Oh. We don't really care about that. You know, I was saying something about Diablo 2. I don't remember if it was last night's broadcast or if it was one of the previous streams, but I did mention about one of the reasons why, you know, Diablo 2 was killing it, or was dying for me, was because of all the cheaters, and part of the problem I had was, you know, all of these like third-party cheat programs and applications like Map Hack. Yeah, apparently there's a Map Hack here for Grim Dawn. And the difference between this map hack and that map hack, meaning the different map hacks for the various games, is that this map hack for Grim Dawn reveals all the secret areas. And I guess that would be the one benefit for me personally to use it. That'd be the one incentive, I feel like. No idea where the hell I'm even at. So this way is north. Bloodsworn Adjulant. So, I mean, what are these guys? Are these guys like cultists, basically? Because that's what it kind of feels like. It kind of feels like I'm in like a militant cultist's camp or something. Nice, we got some dead bodies over here. Perfect time to actually take a look at our inventory. Still waiting for that cool offhand that gives me pluses to my own skills. I'd even take one now that actually gave me bonuses to my my shaman skills, if that were a thing. Okay. Totally came all this way for nothing. Boy, this helmet looks like shit. The diadem. Not a very attractive looking skin. Look at that, they all get infected. Oh man, it's so good. I love it. It's so good, man. I'm telling you. And grasping vines, you could really straight up spam that skill. Absolutely. Wow. Ill Omen is great. And to think that when I first read it, and then I remember I looked at an analysis video. There's a video here on YouTube of somebody that just like very slowly goes through all the skills, shows you what they look like. They're attacking the dummies in town. It's very helpful because, you know, it gives you an idea of what the skill actually does. But when I first looked at it and I first read it, I was like, wow, that looks very underwhelming. Like, I could totally see it being a not a very desirable skill for like different builds, but for this build that we're going for, it totally works. Oh my god, there's a million of these beastkin guys. Run!
That skill's not
Like, what the fuck? What keeps healing these guys? Some of the higher tiered monsters here mysteriously just heal out of nowhere, and I just want to know why and from what. Oh my god, I'm getting crushed here. Hello, hey there. Went the wrong direction. Well, that was a little intense. There we are. Okay, so let's take a look at what we actually acquired here. We got some new boots. Some much better boots. That we already looked at that. Okay, so nothing really of interest here. Although we got some attribute points, and I think we should probably maybe sink a couple into physique. Now, the next very, very good question is, what should I do with my points? I'm like at that point right now where, man, like I've got enough really good skills here that I'd really love to bump up, but like which ones? I don't really think I need to bump up anything into Ill Omen right now. I think just having it at the base level is fine. As a matter of fact, that skill might be one of those skills that I just straight up just put the one skill point in it, and it's just perfectly fine that way. The Devouring Swarm, I'm not going to worry about doing that until I have, you know, access to Corrupted Storm. You know, my upgrade to Storm Totem. I guess my big question is how quick do I really want to get to Master of Death? And I'm just not viewing it as a skill that I'm all that needing right now. Same thing with Call of the Grave. And then I'm looking at my alternatives here, and I have Emboldening Presence. And then, of course, I have my totems. And I'm thinking we should probably go balls to the wall with Shaman now. I think so. And eventually I'm gonna veer off that kind of train of thought, because eventually we're gonna get outclassed, and I'm gonna need to start pumping some skill points into either skeletons or one of these other skills. I mean, to be quite honest, I feel like I should be at least pumping one skill point into one of our primary skills, and then use the other two for primary or for masteries. I think that would be the practical way to go. Hey, there's an Angrim.
Move along now, stranger.
Greetings, stranger. I hope you're out here fighting the good fight. I'm here for the Malium Menhir. What do you know about that? Let's see here. Duncan needs it to help the refugees. Oh, I don't know if I really want to tell him that, because these guys are at odds. So I could say it doesn't matter, I'm taking it by force if I must. Sure, let's try that. You don't really think I'm going to let you just take it, do you? Don't try to fight me for it, or I'm sorry, I'm just trying to help Duncan. So we could just straight up side with Duncan and attack him. Let's try the middle option. He's a talented boy, that one. The way he weaves magical properties into his craft astounds even me sometimes. I prefer a finely honed blade and a solid shield to that nonsense, though. Duncan was my first apprentice, but he still needs to learn some priorities. Those people he's trying to help can't even help themselves. Our knowledge is a rare gift. We cannot squander it on those that refuse to fight for Cairn. I have a group at Devil's Crossing. You could join us. It is the hammer that was passed on. It is time the hammer was passed on, or it doesn't matter. I'm taking it by force. Let's try to actually recruit the guy. Devil's Crossing, eh? You certainly do seem like the capable sort. If the rest of your group is anything like you, well, humanity just might stand a chance. Very well, I will be your armorer. Together we will strike back against the invaders and retake Cairn for humanity. So I could say, on second thought, it's the hammer. It's time the hammer was passed on. Or B, actually, I think I'll just be taking the hammer. Or C, I'll see you in Devil's Crossing and side with Angrim. Wow, those are my options. Those are my options. My options are to either basically attack this guy and take the hammer away by force and kill him, or I have to side with him by bringing him back to town. What's the difference? What's the difference? I need to look this up, because that seems a little unabashedly ambiguous to me. Grim Dawn Angrim. Let's see what the wiki page has to say. Okay, here's the quest log. What's the difference between it? Okay, so if you side with Duncan, you get 800 experience points, but if you side with Angrim, you only get 350. Okay. That doesn't really quite answer the question that I'm talking about. So here we go. We got a Steam page up. Let's see here. Does it matter which guy I choose? Somebody here says the young guy is good if you're focused on magical and or elements. Older guy is good if you're looking for physical attributes. Both are pretty much outclassed by the homestead guy as far as I know. So everybody's saying that Angrim is better. So I might just side with Angrim. But I'm not finding... But the problem that I have with Grim Dawn is that Grim Dawn's been out for a little while now, and it seems like the majority of posts, either through Reddit or through Steam or through their official forums, comes from anywhere from like 2015 to 2017, and a few from 2018. So a lot of this information, I just wonder how obsolete it is because things have changed through patches. So we got this post from 2017. I'm just going to take a real quick look at this. Yeah, we're just going to side with Angrim. It seems like the majority of people that I've read their posts tell me to side with him. The bit better. Although I did read something there. Somebody said it doesn't really make a difference for harder difficulties because you'll have access to everything. So we're just going to side with him. Unfortunately, we get less experience points by doing so, but whatever. If we're provided with a better armor overall, let's just take that. Because the experience points are kind of worthless to me because you just restart your campaign and just walk outside of Devil's Crossing and just start all over again with your higher level and just gain more experience point that way. I mean, that's certainly a viable way to do it. The point is that experience points are cheap. You can get them anywhere at any time, pretty much. And obviously, we're going to prioritize the healers. Obviously. So we don't want any of these monsters to... I don't want to have to keep doing what I've been doing. Mysteriously, and having to fight more of the monster. Because they just mysteriously heal out of nowhere, and I have no idea why. Whether they have like a skill or there's a... I have no idea. I don't know. So this gives us defensive ability. This gives us casting speed and cold resistance. I kind of like the sound of that better. Got a better gun. We'll take that. Although this one does have... This one, it does have 15 poison damage over 5 seconds. I don't think it actually takes that into account when it takes damage into account. But then again, I don't know. I'm looking at the spread here. The gun that I have right now is 6 to 47. The other one was 12 to 37. And that one has a -4. I think maybe it does. I don't know. I'm not sure. Because that was one of the things I always said about, you know, progression gear in Diablo 2 is like sometimes you have that X factor gear where clearly this gun is better because it does the extra poison damage and it's not being taken into account for the rest of it. What are you guys doing? Go over there and fucking attack it. Stupid AI. So I'm starting to get that weird lag again, and I'm really wondering if that has anything to do with my... the fact that I've been like alt-tabbing out of the game and stuff a few times. So I know that does seem to like... There are certain games out there where that really does seem to impact very negatively. This is so good. So the type of skeletons you get is completely RNG, right? But it seems like as you level it up, you seem to get, you're prone to getting certain types more. And I have to say, man, you know, having a bunch of archers I thought was kind of a good thing, but kind of a bad thing. It was a good thing because they do a shit ton of damage, but it's a bad thing because, well, you know, you're on the back lines yourself, so I definitely want like some melee characters to get up in there. But with Ill Omen, like the moment like monsters actually try to approach my back line with myself and the archers, I just Ill Omen them and they scatter off. Jolly good. Look at how far this shit went. Oh my god, we started it way over here and it went all the way back over here. This skill is excellent. I'm a big fan. I really, really, really enjoy it. I just wish it did more. And I know it's supposed to be like, you know, it's totally cantrippy, right? I get it. But I don't know. I just wish it did like a little bit something extra. I know you could technically say it does that little bit of damage. That's just not good enough for me. That's seems to be like a little party favor, if anything. So far, I'm very much enjoying this build. It's pretty effective. And since I have 2 crowd control skills now, I really want to test this against like some of those bosses, like those big like amphibian looking things. They're, like jumping and hopping around. Because now that I have skills that deal with them, I really want to like put the pedal to the metal, man. Really put it under the gun and see if it actually makes a noticeable difference or not. Definitely pretty big. Moldering Fields. I was gonna say, didn't we have a quest related to this area? Because I remember reading Moldering Fields at some point. We have picked up a bunch of items. Yeah, it looks like most of it junk. Still in the hunt for an actual ring with some pet modifiers. So I can get rid of the one. I mean, this is not a bad ring. I'm not, like, in a big rush to get rid of it. I'm just saying that I'd really like something to... that would definitely beef up my pets. It's almost not fair. We are gonna have to go back to town really soon here. I'm guessing that those are probably both of the bosses that I need to kill for the one quest. Well, we did aggro one of them. Yep, there's Balros. Okay, well, I mean, with that being said, that's fine, because now that I can get just one of them out by themselves. Oh, hey there. So we're testing our skills on this. Ooh. And we slaughtered him. Her. No complaints whatsoever. As a matter of fact, I almost want to go up there and just destroy the other one now. This is an offhand. Wow. That's insane. +2 to Dreeg's Evil Eye. That's a shitty skill. I wouldn't use that, but... Explosive Strike. I'm not sure which class that is for, but... Crit damage, chaos damage, poison damage, a little bit of cunning, a little bit of spirit, a little bit of CDR versus... What am I wearing right now? I'm going to keep what I have, but we're definitely going to put that somewhere in, like, the... probably the transfer stash. Alright, well, let's go up there and kill off that other boss, and then I think we'll go back to town. Really need to try to avoid that. Like I said, try to avoid that. Try to. That's where the movement speed would really be handy. Easy peasy. Man, that was just so stupid easy. Ridiculous. Unholy Inscription. I was gonna say, I'm like, I knew I picked up something that I had not seen before. That's really interesting. Wow. Okay. Attack speed plus cunning. Big armor boost. Sold. Oh, yeah. Alright, so let's go back to town. We're getting really close to actually finishing up, I think, the first act. I wouldn't know because I've never actually finished up the first act. But I think we're getting pretty close. I can tell you've had your fair share of horrors. Tell me, what was the battle like? It was gruesome and bloody, just the way I like it. They were a horrifying sight. I ended it quickly. Or it was sad to see men twisted in such a way. I took them out of their misery. I'm going to choose the first option. We're going to be a sadist. I hope they suffered. Nobody deserves to be torn apart by monsters like that. Now there are fewer less in the world. Thanks to you. Here, take your iron. Thank you. I did what had to be done. Okay, so we get 450 experience, a whole bunch of iron, and 3 scrap. They took my animal from me. I'll make them pay yet. I'll leave you to your thoughts. Okay, so let's go and take a look at the...
See anything you like?
Luther Graves vendor. So that was junk. That was no good. Now I'm gonna stop buying the scrap. I think we have plenty. Could buy this bristly fur. Sure.
See you around.
It's only like it's dirt cheap. And here's Angrim. Many strong people. My hammer will be put to good use. Thank you for bringing me here. Glad you decided to join us. So we unlocked an achievement. Okay. Got a little bit of experience. You'd think by having him here, a blacksmith who was not there before, it would actually provide us with some faction points because it would totally make sense.
I do the best I can with what I've got.
The blacksmith allows you to craft powerful items using the blueprints that you have learned and various crafting components found in the world. Okay. So these are the relics. I'm guessing this is the relic slot then. We can't combine, or we can't craft any of them because we need... Why can't I craft the... Oh, here we go. Tainted brain matter. See, this is why you need the components. So I need tainted brain matter in order to craft one of these things. Okay. Oh, this is what you use the scrap for. Interesting. Oh, no shit. Consumables. So we could actually... Wow, we can craft aether shards. That's pretty awesome. And we can craft other components. Oh, man. Oh, man, this is perfect. Yeah, this is one of the ones that we wanted right here. It was imbued silver. Because imbued silver gives us void ward. Yeah, we need that right there. Okay, but before I commit to anything, though, I want to make sure that there isn't, like, something in here that I could just totally start crafting right now. Like, I'd really like to craft this Witch Stalker, which does a shit ton of damage. We can't even use it yet. We're a couple levels away, but we would need Purified Salt, which is itself a component, which I'm assuming we're going to have to... Come here, what was it called? Purified Salt? Okay, so in order to do this, we need corpse dust. And we can't actually... We can't make corpse dust, so I'm guessing we're going to need to just straight up find it. Bummer, dude. Yeah, here's the other one that... Oh, wait, no, what am I talking about? Yeah, this is the other one that we wanted. Purified Salt. We wanted this one anyways. This is the other... yeah, this is the other aura that I was talking about. Aether Ward. It's not really an aura so much as it just gives you a whole bunch of resistances, and I think it's totally something that we're going to want to get. So we need to find some corpse dust. We're going to need to do it anyways because I want to make this gun. Even though we're not using Soleil's Witchfire, which, if I'm not mistaken, I think Soleil's Witchfire was one of the occultist skills. And this will just give us a random enchanted one-handed gun. Okay. Well then. Implements. This is what you use to equip, basically your components for your weapons. Interesting. Foci. Helmets, adept circle, or circlets. Huh. Okay, well, I can at least make the one, the imbued silver. It takes scavenged plating, which we have a whole bunch of, and then polished emeralds. Used in all weapons, shields, and caster offhands. Okay. I'm going to have to look up and find out if these things actually stack, meaning, should I have one in my weapon and then one in my offhand? And the better question is what should I do with this? Should I actually use it on one of my equipment right now, or one of my pieces of...
any blueprints you find.
Equipped equipment.
Got something you need stashed?
Well, I'm definitely going to want to put this in my stash somewhere until I decide on what I'm going to do with it. Because we don't actually have the NPC yet that's going to allow us to either salvage the component from a piece of gear, or if you want to, like, just destroy the component and keep the piece of gear itself. We don't have that person yet. So I'm kind of really hesitant. I'm totally hesitant about committing any of my component pieces. And then as far as this offhand goes, I think we're just going to straight up... Yeah, we're going to put this in the stash because it totally works as, like, for a different class. And then we can... We did actually find these on this character, so we could totally use these. And I'm totally, completely not going to use them. Because we have a reduction in armor, and we don't have Calidor's Tempest. As far as the Guardsman's Raiment, that's a mouthful right there. But anyways, required level 22, and obviously it's part of a set. So this is just like a one of, and this is part of a set. This is obviously more of a soldier set. So even if we are able to equip it, the question is would we want to? Lots of lightning resistance. big bonus to physique. I don't know. We'll come back to it. We're a little bit ways away from hitting level 22 anyways. We do have the option to actually equip this other helmet. I think so. Ranged expertise. That's a pretty good leveling helmet. That's why I'm going to keep it over there. Grasping vines. So... I think it's about time because of the grasping vines. I like the sound of that. And this we'll just put over here as well. Now keep in mind, I am going to be using other characters. You know, I am going to be playing with others. So I figure, like, some of the equipment that I have on now totally makes sense as, like, you know, viable options for other characters that I may end up playing. Okay, that can be sold because that's a hunk of shit, and those can get sold too. I don't really need them.
I'll keep an eye on this.
I don't really know how much crafting we're going to do in the game. I am going to hoard as many components as I possibly can.
What's left of my wares.
And I do have to say, I think that every time we come over here, we should probably buy out any components and scrap that they have. Now that I know that scrap is actually used for crafting.
Well, come see what's left of my wares. Put it to good use.
You know, one thing that we could potentially craft right now that I could really use is one of the relics.
More scrap metal.
Got any scrap metal? That's right, we need one of these tainted brain matters. Which I'm going to presume that you probably get that from, like, a specialty monster, like a boss.
If you find any blueprints, bring them back here.
We don't have any more skill points. We have no devotion points, so we used them all. Okay, so I think we're going to continue on with our stream for a little while. For a little bit longer, and then I think I'm going to call it a day, and then, actually, you want to know something? Since we're sitting here right in town, I think I'm going to do that right now. We've been streaming for 4 hours, and since I didn't manage to get last night's stream of Guild Wars 1 Eye of the North, I think that I kind of want to do that today. But not now. I really just want to take a break. I just want to, like, get a bite to eat. Maybe, like, lay around, watch a movie or something like that. Chill is what I want to do. Open some mail. So I guess I'll tell you what. I will come back here in probably a few hours. This time, hopefully, probably. Knock on that wood, because we're going to try to stream again later on like we did last night. And I will attempt to do Guild Wars. So I'll see you guys then. Take care and have a good one. Thank you very much for joining me for today's broadcast, for today's stream. It's been fun. I'll see you guys in a couple hours.